Welcome to Francis von ZERNECK'S head full of useless information about movies after show for the radio show and podcast. We do on YouTube and Facebook, we do these after the show. We do these little after show videos. And if you like what you hear, if you like what you see here, click, if you're on Facebook, click on the link above. And if you're on YouTube, click on the link below to listen to the full shows. And we just wrapped a two-parter with Martha Fearnelly, IRENE Fearnelly, my two wonderful nieces who I love so much. And I had the pleasure of seeing them grow up since they were like little spuds, little things. And it's been a pleasure. And you guys were on here about 6 months ago. And you did a show. And I asked you guys to come back. You are at university in New York, and you came here for the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
And you are in high school.
Yeah.
And so 1916, a wonderful year. You're 19 years old. You're 16 years old. 1916 is
the birth of industry.
Where's my ascot? And I don't know. It's I asked you guys to come back because I think it's a very interesting thing to have. You're not now. Usually on the show we have actors, writers, or directors.
We are not.
You're not any of those, but you are young productive members of society. And you are moviegoers, and you grew up in the film industry, so to speak, in a way. My sister's a television producer and an actress. My brother-in-law, your father is an incredible musician in the Pogues. And you grew up in this world, so you have a different perspective. I don't think any of you guys want to be in the industry. I don't know. I think you do a little.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't know what. Yeah, you're figuring it out. And I wanted to have you guys back because of your age and who you are, and also an update on movies that you have that have been influential into your new endeavors. You just moved into an apartment in New York, and you're learning to drive. You went to France, and anyway, and I'll stop talking because this is what the show is. But I have a question. Is there a movie? Both of you, we'll go you first or you first. I don't know. Is there a movie that you saw that you wish you had never seen? And let me explain why I'm saying this. Movies are very powerful. Movies can be, I keep saying this, that it's an incredibly powerful medium. Almost more so than music and books. Almost. Because it's all of these.
It's like everything.
It's everything.
Together.
Yeah, and if you see it in a movie theater or even on a computer, you're in a black box and it becomes your reality for that 2 hours or whatever. Is there a movie that you saw that influenced you in a negative way that you wish you had never seen? In a way, maybe you're glad you saw it, but you wish you never seen it. Movie for me, and I'm only because this is an example of what I'm talking about. There's a movie that is one of my 3 favorite movies that have ever been made, called Chris John F. I love this movie, and I don't think you guys have ever seen it, and maybe you guys shouldn't. And I'm glad that I don't think
if you wish you'd never seen it.
Well, I'm glad I did, but it really, after seeing it, my life took a turn, and you can't blame the movie. I blame only myself. But because of seeing this movie so many times, my life took a turn that was very inconvenient. You know, I'm a recovering addict, and that movie is about a drug addict, and it kind of. It influenced me in that way, and as much as I love the movie, that I kind of part of me thinks that maybe my life would have been better if I didn't.
Okay.
Is there an example like that for you?
Not as dramatic.
Not as dramatic. That's a very. I'm a dramatic fella, and that's a fella. What about you guys? Is there a movie that
I'm trying to think.
Don't think. Just what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I watched a movie recently. I literally had to stop it because I was so upset. And I can't remember the name.
Okay, but who's in it? What was it about? Where did you see it?
Page.
Ellen
I saw
Page.
it on Netflix.
Hard Candy?
You know, that was also on my list as something that I, like, was influential for me because I remember seeing that and being, like, so upset, but also being, like, very proud of myself for having watched it.
It's an intense movie.
Yeah.
It's a very intense
really
movie. It's a
hard to watch.
fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So Hard Candy, really? Oh,
Hard
that was
Candy's
almost
one of
made
them.
your list.
As, like, one of my, like, most influential, yeah.
Okay,
but
alright.
I don't know if I necessarily wish I had seen it.
Oh,
it
but
was
you
a
were talking
little-
about another movie with Ellen
It was
Page.
another movie with Ellen Page where she,
What?
like, joins a cult.
Oh, I never.
Oh my god, I have one. Okay, sorry.
Right. And this is big. What?
What? Stop everything. What is it?
Sorry, I was like just trying to think. Martha Marcy May Marlene.
Oh, why?
The most traumatic experience of my life. Martha
Really?
and I went to. We were having like I think when was it like spring
It was over,
break?
I think, spring.
No, it was winter break, Thanksgiving break. Like
Last year.
last year.
Yeah.
And we were like, let's go have like a sister bonding day. Like,
we're
let's
gonna
see
see
a movie. And like, we didn't know what to see, so we're like,
I think
like,
I made you see it because I was like, this is supposed to be great.
it was
We're gonna
between
see
something like lighthearted and fun and Martha Marcy May
it. Or, like
Marlene.
Right.
New Year's Eve or something.
Yeah, something like that. And we decided, and we were like, let's see Martha Marcy May Marlene. Literally, it's the most harrowing movie
It is.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
And I
it's
think
like,
I have a picture of you after we saw him. We're like eating in a restaurant. And you're like,
I know.
your face has
We
no-
just like we could not talk. We were just like, oh my god.
That was
like,
so
oh my-
depressing.
And I remember coming out and I'm like, I wish I had never seen that movie. It was so harrowing, and like it wasn't necessarily scary. It was just sort of like the images in that
sad.
movie were just so sad, and like
Bleak.
it was like this is like I was just like, wow, what if my life turns out like this? What if I like
Right.
oh my god, it was the worst. It was so bad. And we had to like recover after seeing
I know. I
that
remember
movie.
apologizing. I was like, I'm really
I
sorry. I
know.
made you see that.
I was like, I wasn't even like, it's okay. I was like, yeah, no, like, that was the worst thing.
It's
I'm
okay.
just like, I'm really sorry.
Well, hopefully that, and I speak as an uncle now, hopefully that will, along the way, help you too, because there are people like that, like John Hawkins?
know.
John
Oh,
Hawkes
yeah.
characters
Mm-hmm.
that will come into your life and kind of offer something that you feel like you need, but
Yeah.
have other motives, ulterior motives, like power or getting something from you. And seeing that movie, hopefully, will help, like, okay, this is a John Hawkins kind of guy. Not the actor, but that character.
I just,
What
like,
do you... Okay, that's just me.
I just, I
No,
don't know. I
that's-
just
Yeah,
really
you know
hope
what I mean?
my
Yeah.
life doesn't turn out like,
I don't think
like
so.
even the sister in that movie,
Oh,
she's like
yeah,
living
Monica
with her
Potter.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like,
Even Matt's a little
Jerk.
weird.
He
it's
was-
just so he's like a jerk and they're just not having fun and they like just don't like each other and like they're trying to
And
make
so
it off like they're
isolated.
having great
Yeah.
time and like it's just like oh my god it's so just like thinking about it is just giving me like
All right, okay. What about you? You were saying
Oh,
the Ellen Page
Ellen-
movie
yeah.
that another cult.
It's
So
yeah,
cults.
Yeah,
cults.
Cults.
Okay.
No.
Upsetting.
All right.
Cult movies are
Upsetting.
very
I'm
upsetting.
upsetting.
They are upsetting, and not very many of them are made that are good.
It's true. The movie
It's a
that
very.
I saw
I tried to
wasn't
write one. They're very difficult.
Yeah.
very different.
They're very
Very
difficult to
difficult
write.
to get
Or I
right.
found it, and I haven't seen
Yeah, I like. It wasn't.
the
It was.
definitive cult movie.
It was just a lot of it felt like upsetting things for their own sake, and I can't handle that in movies. Like senseless violence. I'm like, if you're gonna show me something disturbing, it should probably be for a reason. Otherwise, I like.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a movie that you're most happy you saw. That just
Most
brought so much,
happy.
continues to bring joy into your
Silver
life.
Linings Playbook.
Silver
was
Linings
delightful.
Playbook.
Word.
all right.
That was great.
Delightful film.
Did you say word?
Word.
Wonderful.
Silver Life, yeah, and that goes with you too?
Wow, I lost it. Oh, Aquamarine.
Oh, I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, a movie about a mermaid. I'm very, very happy I saw that, but I'm very unhappy that I read the book after, because in the book she, like, still has a tail and they have to carry her under a wheelchair, and if she doesn't go in water, she'll, like, dry out. like it's very disturbing, the book, but like
But it's
the
so
movie.
lighthearted.
The movie is so like fun-loving. Like, oh my god, we're friends with a mermaid. She'll grant us a wish.
Let's go to the mall.
I know, yeah, and then there's a whole mall scene, and they all
Oh,
dye
I'm
their
making
hair.
that up.
No,
I've never seen it.
No, they
There's a
go to
very
the
long
mall.
scene.
It's like, I love that movie, and if I'm ever like sad, I just watch it. I've watched it literally 20 times. I know every line of it. I watched it in
okay.
Spanish, and I even knew every line. I don't even know Spanish.
Ratatouille also is a.
Ratatouille,
feel-
really?
I never regret seeing
I
that
love
movie. I
Ratatouille.
watch it when I'm sick.
No, the moment
It's super
in
comforting.
These are
Ratatouille.
comfort movies.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
are-
the moment,
okay,
the moment in
yeah.
Ratatouille where the food critic eats the ratatouille that the rat makes for the first time, and then he has this flashback to childhood. It's just so moving.
Oh, right,
And
yeah.
you're like, oh my god, like this guy has like feelings, and it's just, I love that. I love that moment. It's so great.
So, comfort movies.
Yeah.
Aquamarine, Ratatouille. What, when you're depressed, what movies do you watch?
Parent Trap.
So you watch
Yeah.
happy movies when you're depressed, or do you watch
I watch
movies that
sad
make you
movies
depressed?
when
I watch happy
I watch.
movies.
I want to be more depressed.
I watch
My
happy movies.
self-pity.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
gives me a feeling like the first movie, like when I first saw it, I have a feeling that's like connected to it.
I feel like when I'm depressed is when
I
I'm
feel it
most
again.
adventurous with movies. I think. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll be like, whatever, like I'll watch anything and it'll just like, I don't know, I feel like whatever emotion it's trying to bring is maybe more like, I'm more susceptible to it.
So what
You know?
movie is there when you're depressed? Is there a movie that you watch?
Yeah, I usually watch like Jules and Jim, which I know is kind of weird, but that's
Oh,
like
okay.
so, it's just so like
It's a weird movie.
it's a
good
weird
movie.
movie.
It's a really good movie.
and I think
but it's
maybe when
weird,
I'm like
yeah.
happy and I watch it, I'm like, this is boring. But like if I'm
Yeah.
like sad,
Okay. It gives you
you know?
something that you need
Yeah.
when you're when
there's
you're in
something
that
like
state
I'm
of
just like
mind.
so invested.
Oh,
you
okay.
know?
When you're depressed.
Other than the Parent Trap.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, okay.
I
no.
was like,
when
I
you're
was
depressed.
like really like, I was depressed because I felt like I failed all my finals and I was really sick, and so I
Uh-huh.
was like, I'm gonna watch the Parent Trap, and it put me in such a
Okay.
good mood.
When you're in love.
When I'm in love, Pirate Radio.
Oh, okay. When you're in love.
Huh. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the
Pirates!
Caribbean.
Pirates!
Is that no? Okay.
No, yeah, kind
I
of.
love Pirates.
Okay, what's wrong with that? It's a good
I love
movie.
Pirates
It's
of
a
the
good
Caribbean.
movie, man. The first one was great.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. If you liked what I heard, if you liked what you just saw,
Like it up.
like it up.
Click
All right.
the
Thank you.
links.
Thank you very much. So anyway,